Madam Speaker, to the folks at home, I want to just clearly communicate what it is that we're doing here. What we're doing is we are talking about passing a law that prohibits citizens of foreign countries from voting in elections in D.C. It prohibits people that are here illegally from voting in elections. It prohibits spies from China from voting in elections. It prohibits people that are here from Russia that have wishes of ill will in the United States from voting in the elections in D.C. If you want Chinese spies, if you want if you want people that are here illegally that also can vote in their actual, home country, then you would vote yes. You would vote no. You would say no. We want status quo. We want spies to vote. We want Russian embassy employees to vote. We want people that are here illegally to vote. That's fine. You vote no. But if you think that D.C. residents, that their vote should actually count for local elections, then you vote yes.
I mean, wow, this is an incredible debate we have here. Of course, I rise in strong opposition to H.R. 192. It's interesting that the majority keeps talking about fair elections, ensuring that elections are done the right way, when 147 of them wouldn't even vote to certify the last presidential election that we had here in this country. A majority of the Republican Party won't even admit or certify the last election, who actually won the last presidential election, that you want to talk about and attack local neighborhood councils here in Washington, D.C. and local elections. It is hypocrisy that we're seeing here today in this debate. Now, this is, of course, nothing more than the majority's attempt to attack D.C. over and over again. They want to talk about Chinese spies voting in elections. I mean, the only Chinese spies that are here in D.C. are the ones being invited by the majority to come testify at our Oversight Committee hearing to actually attack the current president of the United States. And so this is a ridiculous debate we're having here by the majority. Now, it sounds also that the majority is obsessed, as they always are, with the local laws of D.C. And I've said before, if they're so interested in local government, they should resign from Congress and run for the local city council or mayor. It's a great job. I was mayor of my community. I was on the local city council. That's what they seem to be most interested in doing. And instead of wasting our time here, we should be focused on the real issues that Americans are facing. Now, that's why today I want to make a motion to recommit this bill back to committee and instead call up H.R. 16, the American Dream and Promise Act. Now, dreamers have come to our country that as children, they know no other country or allegiance to the United States, and we all know that this is true. The American Dream and Promise Act is a landmark bipartisan piece of legislation that would give these children and young adults a pathway to lawful permanent residency. This is actually a transformational law that could impact our country. It would change the lives of nearly 2.3 million people in all 50 states. And I want to thank the countless members who have worked to pass the DREAM Act, the advocates, the community members, including this year's sponsor, Congresswoman Sylvia Garcia. Our dreamers are our friends, our family members, our classmates, our co-workers. They estimate about $45 billion a year to the American economy, $13 billion in taxes every single year, and the data is clear. Dreamers, like all immigrants, make our country stronger. I want to offer this amendment today. I want to get this back on track and get this legislation through. Let's let the DREAM Act come to the floor today and vote to protect these 2.3 million people. And for me, this is personal as an immigrant myself, as someone that has lived with immigrants. I know how important the DREAM Act is to our country and to so many. And instead of wasting our time on this bill, we should be focused on actually helping people in this country that are making our country better every single day. And today, Republicans and Democrats once again have the chance to work across the aisle and protect millions of people who have put down roots and invested in our country and economy, and it's a right thing to do. So, Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to insert the text of my amendment in the record and immediately prior to the vote on the motion to recommit.
Without objection.
Today, I hope my colleagues will join me in voting for this motion.
The gentleman's time has expired.
Okay, I want to thank the gentleman, and we will reserve.
Thank you.